best property deals, and we are telling you what worked and what rocked in 2009 and what's likely to work in 2010. Well, the year 2009 really forced developers to stretch their imaginations as they came out with a lot of concepts like niche housing, green housing, and the concept of value housing. Well, my colleague Tanya Basu will tell us how those concepts really fared and what's likely to rule in 2010.
2009 proved to be the year which prodded developers to stretch their imaginations and think out of the box to get buyers back to shopping for property. Innovative housing technologies were used to cut construction costs, discounts were offered, and freebies were thrown in to get the buyers back. But the Indian buyer was seeking long-term affordability and a respite from sky-high prices of 2007 and 2008, so even as prices corrected, developers rejig their portfolio towards affordable housing. So while 2008 was a year of luxury housing, 2009 saw affordable housing take center stage.
In 2009, the developers realized that the market was more into the mid-housing segment and affordable housing segment, and it was good that they turned around and delivered in a better way. They started building more affordable housing and mid-income housing, because that is the maximum demand that we have in India.
Pretty much every developer hopped onto the affordable bandwagon, from the Lodhas and Hiranandanis of Mumbai to the Rahejas of Delhi to developers based in the southern and eastern part of the country. They all competed with each other to break the price ceiling and began offering homes for as low as 10 lakhs of rupees. Besides affordability, another buzzword that dominated much of 2009 was sustainability. India saw as many as 32 green certified buildings come up in 2009.
I think the level of awareness has increased tremendously, because if you look at the awareness level on climate change and related issues, common people have now realized the fact how important it is to do things which would save the environment.
The year also saw super customized housing solutions in the form of niche housing, where developers build projects around specific needs or features. For instance, the JP Group has a JP Sports City under construction. Essentially, JP is offering a sports development zone in its new residential township. This zone is spread across 2,500 acres of land with a motor racing track, an independent cricket stadium, and a go-karting zone as well.
To create something like this is not an easy job. To copy whatever has happened and what others are doing was definitely much simpler. We have already started the work on the track, the work on the cricket stadium, everything. We want to be ready by 2011. We have to be ready by 2011.
Not just sports, projects have been designed around the needs of women and children as well. The Marathon Group in Delhi NCR is offering attractive deals for women under a housing scheme called La Femme. Under this scheme, women buyers get a discount on the property registration fee. And we have Emerald City near Pune, developed by Gira developers and centered around children. So even as developers did their best to tap into every segment, affordability turned out to be the real performer.
In 5 years' time, 50% of the total supply in the real estate market will be in the affordable segment. It may be possible that all the players in the market will not be necessarily in the affordable segment, but the growth will be most in this segment is what I can tell you for certain.
Needless to say, the cost-conscious buyer will keep looking for the best possible deal. Property pundits also say that with the Indian consumer getting environmentally conscious, green homes should also be the flavor of 2010.